Judo at Cooper MMA. I'm Mark Gilston. This is my friend Brandon. And this afternoon, I thought it would be beneficial to look at how to deal with guard pulls. They're very popular, particularly people who don't like judo or are afraid of judo or just haven't done judo. They get taught in a lot of BJJ schools. My personal feeling about them is that if you have any other options for a real takedown, you're better off doing that. But in BJJ tournaments, you're going to see them. They get points, so you have to know how to deal with them. All right. One caveat: guard jumping is something different. I think that's extremely dangerous. I really wish it were illegal. I'm not going to cover that. There is a video done by Chewy who does address that particular issue, but I don't even want to approach it. So this is specifically guard pulling. All right, so there are two pretty basic kinds of guard pulls, one of which is sort of done by people who don't really know what they're doing, and the other by people who definitely do know what they're doing. The approach to them is slightly different. It's always advantageous if you're going to be in a tournament to watch your opponents beforehand and see if they are guard pullers, so you have an idea of what to expect. So the guard pull by your average, white belt, blue belt, jiu-jitsu guy, he's just basically going to try and sit down or throw himself down and pull me on top of him in between his legs. So, like so. All right? It can be very effective, particularly if the person being pulled down doesn't know what they're doing. The way you deal with both kinds of guard pulls is you deflect the angle. For this particular kind of guard pull, as soon as I start feeling it, my tendency is to bring this arm, the arm that he's got the sleeve on, I bring it across just a little bit. So when he starts to do his pull, now I have control of his chest and I've reached out for the leg, and passing is very, very easy from here. So let's see if we can get a close-up of what's going on with my right arm, since that's really, so just go for the pull without going down. So as he pulls, you see how I'm coming across his body. Now, I'm not really pushing him. He's pulling my arm into himself, right? So even if I'm completely relaxed, you can see that he is actually doing all the work. This is a very judo-ish principle. All right, so once again, when we get to the pull itself, the other part of it is I'm anticipating his leg. So with my other hand, I'm going to be blocking around it as close to the knee as I can get. All right, so here I have a knee ride. I'm keeping his chest down. From here, this is a thrust choke position. So if you have a nice thrust choke, if he's got a loose enough gi, you can just finish the match right there, and that would be sort of cool.
Yeah.
That would be definitely punishing him for doing a guard pull. So one more time, speed. All right, so that's my way of dealing with that particular pull. The other kind of guard pull is more sophisticated. He is going to block my hip. He's going to pull me, but the hip prevents this from working. By pushing it, my hand is not in contact with his body, and when he goes down, this keeps me away until he's got time to lock me in, at which point he slips that foot out of the way. So if you think about the judo technique to moe-nage, this is very similar, and the ways to defend against it are very similar. So when he comes in for tomoe-nage, what I want to do is I need to change the angle. That's very, very important. So as he comes in, I change it. And here I'm coming right in. And I can do this in either direction. Here, we just get sort of stopped on the ground. My response now is to grab the leg and pull, right? And now I go to a reverse knee on belly. I can also turn into it. And now, once again, I have a knee ride. Since I don't know what angle that guard pull is going to come from, I have to have both of these defenses possible. All right, so he comes in for a guard pull. If I went to the outside, I'm caught. So I have to go to the inside. Maybe a little bit of a struggle, but ultimately, here I am where I want to be. This knee ride is really, really nice. I'm going to turn and sit, hook the leg, and we've got a knee implosion. And that happens because there's so much distance. So I'm taking advantage of that distance. If I don't want to do an implosion, I can do a toe hold. So once again, slowly, I turn in, knee ride, grab the foot. As I turn, I'm sliding my foot. I want my ankle in his knee. I want my ankle behind his knee. Then I sit down. I want to keep weight into him so he can't come up and take my back. Go ahead. Right? And then bring the leg forward. But this time, he's coming to it not from here, but from the side. We've done some kind of grip fighting, and here we go. No way I can turn in here. So in this case, the knee comes on the outside, the leg, grab, and I want to come straight down. Notice I keep this leg. If I don't keep this leg, he can now turn that way and fight. But when I have that leg, he's stuck on his back. Okay, keep the leg. All right, good. So there are some ideas for how to deal with guard pulls. If you've enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe to our channel, Seiryoku Zenyo, meaning maximum efficiency. If you click on the bell, you can get the videos as soon as they are posted. Thank you, Brandon.